Well, hello, slugs. We're coming to you live from displacement, and we're happy to be connecting with you and to have someone to talk to. Now, if you want to know everything that's been going on in the last week, 2 weeks, whatever day it is, you can find all of that out at our brand new Patreon, and all of the proceeds will go to help the people in need who are in a very bad place right now in Los Angeles. And our hearts are with all of those people. And so is our Patreon. And you can find that at the link below. And we just recorded a whole big episode, not an episode, just sort of like a hangout of us explaining what's going on, just all the good news from 2025 is covered in depth.
Special shout out to our golden banana top tier sluggies, Kia Carbasi, Ariel Rosso, Anthony Pagano, Ron Perillo, and Crisanta Kelly. It's been so exciting to see so many of you already sign up. We hope more of you do. We have so much more to share. Plus, all proceeds are going to my Altadena neighbors who've recently lost their homes to the fires here in LA. Love you guys. Start your initial free online visit today at forhers.com/TrashTuesday. That's FORHERS.com/TrashTuesday for your personalized weight loss treatment options. forhers.com/TrashTuesday. Hers weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded. Actual price depends on product and planned purchase.
Here we are.
And here I am.
And my brain is so broken. My brain has never been more broken.
Good.
If you thought 2 weeks ago that I was shipwrecked, let me tell you, this is what's worse than a shipwreck?
A fire?
I'm on fire.
A fire burning down your whole neighborhood? That's worse.
You guys, my whole neighborhood is in ashes.
Go to patreon.com.
Go to patreon.com for that.
Trash Tuesday maybe, or the link below.
But we do feel fortunate to be here and to have the resources that we have
100%
to live.
We have Khalyla, Jenna, me. We have Jules somewhere wandering around. She's taking care of my child. She might wander into this makeshift studio.
Is it really nice to walk into a Filipino household with a baby?
It's unbelievable.
Bitch, Esther don't know nothing about these brown people.
Explain the
I
feeling
walk
of...
in with my dog, my child, and they just get taken off my chest. Mm-hmm. Someone just takes them away. I'm sitting there, go, where's Ace?
Esther goes, can I ask a question? Where's Ace? I'm like, you didn't see? 3 people already took her. They already
Somebody's
put her
making a stew in the corner. There's just
Japanese sweet potatoes ready.
Sweet potatoes. Like I'm mad at my upbringing and my skin color.
Be. Yeah. Brown people homes is like, not only are they helping you inside the house, but then you leave with food.
Yeah.
You leave
you have
with
to.
food.
In fact, it is customary for any guests to come into your home with Tupperware.
Yeah.
Because you're expected to bring, they call it bring house. Is what they call
also,
it.
Khalyla, I've known you a long time. I didn't know you had a dog that was a big dog body, but with small dog legs.
That's why his name's Stubs.
I've
Stubbs, show
never-
yourself. I want to introduce everyone to Stubs. Stubs, let me tell you something about this guy. Sorry, that's really violent what I just did.
No,
he's fine.
He was the dunce of the litter.
What?
I fostered a litter of dogs, and he was the space cadet. He was the stoner, not very smart compared to his siblings. And we just fell in love with him, and it was a foster fail. So he has a very long body with short legs. He is not the sharpest tool in the shed, but he is one of the sweetest dogs you'll ever meet.
Were his siblings also this
with his finger
sort of body type?
They were a mix, but he was the weirdest looking one.
Does he have dwarfism? Or
no, I think his mom just had short legs. His dad's a pit bull and the mom's a terrier, a different kind of terrier mix.
This is not what he should look like if those are his parents.
Yeah.
That's confusing.
I have a friend that had a dog with dwarfism, and I have to say it was the cutest dog I've ever seen in my life, and I'll never forget
do corgis have dwarfism?
I think so.
They do?
Yeah.
But he's dwarf in Welsh?
Wow.
No way.
Because I know Queen Elizabeth.
Excuse me. Esther's working on her Australian accent, and it's really bad.
I only know Nor.
No,
There's no way.
But did you know that Australian food is just like the best cuisine ever? Because it's just like healthy California meals. It's like avocado.
When I went to, you're right, they have really good like produce and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I should tell you
And
guys.
different regulations.
Yeah.
The fires here are so bad that an ex of mine that once wanted to kill me checked up on me.
Yeah, of course.
Yo.
Wait, maybe he was seeing if you were dead.
He's like, please don't respond.
Yeah.
Oh my God, is he the Altadena?
Arsonist for you.
He saw that it delivered and he was like, fuck.
Yeah.
He checked up on me. Are you doing
I will
okay?
say people do be coming out of the woodwork right now.
I
like
know.
checking in on you. Hey, it's been years since we spoke. I have a friend where this guy who like fell off the face of the earth who they were dating texted her back. She sends me a screenshot. She goes, what do I say? I'm like, who even is that? And she's like, don't you remember the guy that just stopped in the middle of us making plans? And in the text he goes, sorry for falling off the face of the earth. Just wanted to check and see that you were okay.
What is that? Can we let's talk about this?
That's about them.
A question though. Should I have said, hey, this is Khalyla's sister. She in fact died.
Yes, she's gone. She has perished. You don't have to check in anymore. Your plans, you can put your plans to rest.
Especially if he had anything to do with the possible arson. It's like, you don't have to keep going. Don't keep trying.
But okay, let's talk about this. The checking in on you text when you're living in a city that's burning down. Like, is it what is it? Are people, do you believe that people checking in on you are actually like curious, want to know that you're safe? Or is it a curiosity of like looking for
Information.
a sad story? Do you know
Or
what
a
I'm
way
saying?
in?
I think it's
No,
both. I
like-
think it's all three. That people, like she's saying like, oh, they just want to connect and it's a way for them to get back in and connect with you. You're saying like, oh, they just want a little bit of information and they just want to know what's going on. And I think it can be that, or people who are close to you from back home that maybe you don't talk to that much. Those people, I think it's genuine.
Yeah, I think there is some genuine concern. It's probably a mix of everything. But I will say that because of the state that I'm in, and you guys, like, I don't even know how I'm still.
Go to the Patreon.
Yeah, go to the Patreon for that. I don't know how I'm still like saying full sentences. I'm hardly
I don't
doing
know
that
how
these
you
days.
are
But
either.
I am such in a vulnerable state that you could be my worst enemy and write to me right now and I would cave. Like,
You heard it here.
you could be
Get
someone
out
I
your
fucking
phones.
hate and check in on me right now and I would be like, thank you so much for reaching out. Like, that's how,
Yeah.
like, I'm in a state of like distress.
Okay, had some technical difficulties, but we are back. And what I was going to say is that I prefer when it is quiet on the Western front.
Thank you so much. Have you guys ever, I have to ask, like, have you ever checked in on someone and you were not checking in because you wanted things to be good with them?
I think that's it depends who, right?
Yeah.
Like, if it's an ex that I care about, like, then I hope they're always okay. Although I will say it does sort of make me laugh when Bobby's like helpless without me.
But that kind of like tickles you in like a
Yeah, he's like,
in like an endearing way.
he's like, my Wi-Fi is down. Can you help? I'm like, yes, I'm here for you, sir.
But not that much here.
Yeah, not that much here. I might call Jenna.
Yeah.
have her help you. But
The fact that Bobby texted me 4 days into the fires, like, hey, Happy New Year. I have a favor job. Can you do it?
Happy New Year is
Happy
such
New
a funny
Year.
thing to say this week.
Bobby's autistic though, right?
yeah,
Because that's why he speaks like that. Just like very matter of fact. Like he's saying the things that he's been taught you're supposed to say to people, I believe.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it is the new year. It's still in the first 2 weeks. I have to say that thing before I can just say, hey,
my
can
dad
you-
used to say Happy New Year all up until March, and my sister and I used to find that really weird. It's like, what do you do that for? Sorry.
Yeah.
Let me just go check on him real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, we lost one, but we got another. Khalyla had to step out for a technical issue.
Hello.
And now we have Jules.
We woke Jules up. Just kidding. Jules was watching the baby.
Jules, did you just wake up?
I woke up at like close to 2 because, yeah. Yeah.
Are you trying to move my foot away from you? Is that why you put this pillow?
I don't have socks and my feet are so ugly right now.
How could your feet be ugly right
No,
now?
Jules, there's
like-
nothing on you that's ugly.
No, like it's like Tito Bobby says, it's like a jungle, like monkey feet.
Let me see.
Why?
No, it's so
I
bad.
have
at
monkey
the,
feet. I'll show
at
you
the-
mine right here.
What is bad about your feet?
It's just like
Look at
no, what the, look at mine.
what? I don't see anything.
It's gross.
What is gross about your feet?
There's nothing gross.
It's just dirty and like the nails are long and then
Long nails is kind of gross.
yeah, it's
Okay.
gross.
Let me just see one look. Oh my God. Her feet look totally fine.
I'm sure. She also doesn't go out sometimes because she feels fat.
Yeah.
I could throw up at that because you're so dumb.
No.
That's so incorrect. You have problems in your head though, yeah?
Yeah.
Everyone does. We all
Everyone.
do. I like to support
I
friends.
can't even button my clothes anymore because of the weight that I've gained over the last 6 months
When
for no
you
reason.
sound like her now.
Yeah.
When I have friends and they want to tell me that they're fat and I look at them and I know they're not, but I also don't want to invalidate them. So
right,
I'm
because
like,
it's like I get that that's how you feel.
that's how you feel. I'm going to
not
support
real.
you. Let's figure this out. Let's get you some Ozempic.
Yeah, let's
I'm
get you
just
some
kidding.
Lexapro.
Jules, how
me.
are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I think I'm still like in shock about like everything that has happened. Because I've like this is like the first time I've ever like experienced this, and we don't have a home now, and I have to stay at Tito Bobby's with all the dogs. So yeah.
Yeah.
What is it like when you're staying at his place?
It's I don't even see him. He's always
Really?
like he sleeps
he
until
stays in his room in the dark.
he sleeps at 4 a.m. until like 3 p.m. And then he stays in his room for about an hour, and I'm still in my room. And then he's just like he doesn't go out. And so I just see him like an hour at like 8 p.m. And then he's like, okay, bye, I have to go to the comedy store.
So you kind of live on your own there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It's like living like alone. I like it.
yeah.
With
And
all
you
the
have like your
dogs.
own floor downstairs.
Downstairs.
You have your own
Yeah.
bathroom.
Yeah, but I've been sleeping in a couch because there's no bed with all 3 dogs.
You're sleeping on a couch with 3 animals.
Yeah.
Do you cook for him or for yourself?
No, I hate cooking so
Really?
much. I don't like cooking.
What do you eat?
Uh-huh.
What do you eat? What do you eat other than matcha?
Quesadilla.
Wait, that's same. Oh my God. I make a quesadilla every day.
That's my favorite.
I wonder if you would like what I like, which is just an apple with yogurt and peanut butter.
I told you about this. I don't like that kind of stuff. Like for
What-
breakfast.
What kind of stuff?
Oh, you don't like sweet breakfast?
I don't like sweet
Oh no, but as a
breakfast.
snack. Oh no, I have to have a savory. I have to have eggs, chicken sausage, bread, lox, fish.
Yeah, that's what I like. But I also don't like fruits.
Do you have any random people checking in on you, like
You don't
asking
like
if you're
fruits?
okay from the fires?
From the Philippines, like
Oh,
my
really?
old friends.
Oh.
What about any like exes?
No exes.
No.
Jules, do you have any exes?
I have like 3 exes.
I only have 3 exes, so that's quite strange.
3 exes at the but because you hook up, not do relationships before.
No, I did do relationships before, but I started in college, so it was late.
Oh.
That's not that late. You're just missing one relationship, high school.
Yeah, but I feel like people hella dated in high school.
Hell no.
No.
You did?
People in high school, okay.
Well, they had like relation situationships, and I didn't even
No.
have that.
I think famously in high school, most people have one relationship.
Yeah.
High school sweethearts is like a thing.
Yeah, but people have like, they hook up with people all throughout high school and they're like,
No.
oh my God, Johnny did this and he was talking to that girl and they have all these situations. See?
No.
He's nodding his head. Yes. Bitch, you didn't go to school in the
No.
city. You don't even know.
Don't diss my Skokie upbringing.
I will.
But you didn't even have high school, right?
No.
What?
Because of COVID.
Oh, I thought you meant like you're from the Philippines. You didn't have high No. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, because of COVID.
I had 1 year because I moved here 2019 for junior year. So I had
It's
one.
so crazy that you moved here. Your whole experience here must be so strange.
It's weird. Yeah. And then I was in a
Is
Christian.
everything okay?
watching.
Khalyla's mom is watching my daughter.
And is just watching with Ace just staring at you. But
Wait, did you date in high school?
In the Philippines, I dated one person. He was like the worst. He was the homophobic one who turned out to be gay. But then when I moved here, I didn't date anyone.
again, any homophobic men, first off, it's a no. And two, it's like if you're straight or you're claiming to be straight and you're responding in that way, it's a no.
Yeah.
Even if they're not actually closeted gay, it's just like it's so unattractive and it's so gross.
Oh, I love dating homophobic, racist men. What's your problem? Why are you so closed off? You should be more open.
Shut up.
You need to be more open to variety out there.
Honestly, okay, people have told me this in my life before, and I used to say like, I'm so open that I'm like so open to being changed and thinking different things, that there were times where people tried to convince me in high school that I'm being too closed off because of my openness.
Okay, well, that's just someone was just trying to hook
That's like
up
what
with
you were trying to do.
Someone was just like, you need to hook up with me, and this is why. Wait, I want to talk to you about a crazy
Me?
thing. Yeah, you.
Okay, is this real life or podcast?
Do you know the story? When we were upstairs just now, you said that you...
Wait, we have to wait for Khalyla to come.
Well, we can't be waiting for Khalyla anymore in
Because
life.
she's going to be so mad.
No, she's not.
No, I mean, she's going to be like, bitch, you did what? I don't even think she actually knows this story. I'm dead serious. She does
Wait,
not
are
know
you
this.
kidding?
She does not.
Wait.
No, there's not like a
did you
story that I
do?
tell people. Kristen reminded me of it like last
What
week.
did she say?
She goes, is this the guy from college when you drove before our dynamics class in the morning? I said, yeah. When we were talking about him on the last episode.
Oh, okay. Khalyla.
Ate Kalai.
Khalyla.
We'll reconvene at that. But
Yeah.
he seems like he's doing okay now.
Yeah.
No, but I just wanted to add, when I moved here, I was in a Christian high school. And then I noticed that everyone was like hooking up with each other, with like everyone.
Yes, that's typically how high schools are.
That's not my experience. No one was
Again,
hooking up with
you
me.
weren't in the city, bitch. No one was hooking up with you. I wasn't hooking up with anyone, and I like did not understand that people were trying to hook up with me. Like it's just something that I didn't really understand. And this one kid wrote a poem and submitted it to the school newspaper. Basically, it said like, we were one, I was you. It was my heart intertwined. It was true.
How did
and then
they all know it was
and
you?
then it like dissed me, basically saying that like I didn't reciprocate and that he's heartbroken. I'm like, we weren't even dating. What?
But how did everyone in school know it was about you?
Because they had seen us be friends and like, I guess, flirty with one another. And he basically said like, yeah, I wrote this poem about
he told
Jenna.
you?
Yeah.
Wait.
He's like, and then his cousin was like, you've broken his heart. And I'm like, what?
But see, I bet he never said anything straight up to you, right? Was he ever like, I like you?
Yeah, he told me that he liked me.
Then you're stupid.
But what am I supposed to do? I never said like, okay, yeah, let's date, and then broke his heart.
No,
I'm not trying to
right.
date you.
So you got mad.
It was really sad. He like gave me a ring that was his mom's, but his mom had passed away, and I was like,
That's really intense. Do you still have his mother's ring?
no.
Okay.
No. Like, first off, I accepted it because I'm like, well, we're really good friends. And I don't know. I feel like I'm going to hurt him even more if I say no, because I tried to say no. And he said, no. Either way, I want you to have this. This is what I want. So I'm going, okay, but I couldn't wear it because I'm like, there's no way that I'm wearing this. So I brought it home. And I think eventually I told my mom, I gotta go home and check if it's still there at my mom's house.
Jenna.
But I do know that I did try and give it back to him. And,
Okay.
and if my memory serves me correctly, which it doesn't often, I did give it back to him because I was like, I can't have this in my home.
I had the same thing. Like I actually had a guy that was one of my best friends. Basically, we were friends throughout high school. I just realized,
so you actually have the same story, even though you're out here being like, oh my God, I could never, oh my God, please, I'm not qualified.
you need to listen. It's not like that.
This could never happen.
But I did just realize that it's actually someone. Wait, hold on. I'm not going to say it yet. Okay, hold on. So I have a friend from high school, right? We were good. We were friends in like similar groups. But then senior year, we got really close. Like we would always hang out. We were in a lot of classes together, and like we were just friends, right? Like, and I always loved this friend. I go and see him like 2 or 3 years ago in COVID. Like he's home and I'm home at the same time. And we're on a walk. He's like, you know that I had a crush on you the whole time. And I was like, what? Blindsided, right? I'm like, because I'm like you, like where I just never would assume someone would be attracted to me because my parents always told me how ugly I was.
It was just not a thing that I thought of, like that people like me, and people would say like, oh, that person likes him. Like, no, they don't.
But I'm actually like partially like pissed. Like, why didn't you tell me? At least yours told you.
Yeah. Some people told me, or I have another scenario where,
wait, can I just interrupt you though?
Yes.
Because you know the person I'm talking about. And I love him. I love you.
It could only be 2 people.
You know the one. It's not that one.
Wait, it could actually be 3.
It's not the one whose name starts with an M. His name doesn't
not
start with
either
an
one
M.
of those.
Who would you guess that it is?
Wow.
Who's your guess? Yeah, but was that not who you were thinking before?
No, at first I was thinking one of them.
No. Which one? We'll go to it later.
The one who lives in LA now.
No.
Okay. So, anyways, what I was going to say is that I have a scenario where, first off, I was friends with only dudes growing up. Like I had a couple of girlfriends.
Just so you know.
Why?
Huge red flag.
Because it's
What?
usually like a pick me girl where if you're only friends with.
Well, for me, it was just like I grew up with a brother. I felt super comfortable with dudes.
Boys.
I didn't go through puberty. Basically, I didn't get my period till I was in college, so I didn't have all these like hormones raging through my. Yeah, and it was
So you
induced
didn't
with
have
progesterone.
like girl friends?
I did. Dee Dee was close to me. Adri, Anna.
She
since
didn't need their
preschool.
names.
No, I'm just trying to think. Like, oh yeah, I did have those close friends, but a lot of my day to day was like a group of dudes. But yeah, I mean, Lily was my first friend. We've been friends since she was born. So it's like I did have those, but if I like had to look back at where I spent most of my time, it was hanging out with the guys. And
Were you kind of tomboy at that?
Jules,
Yeah.
I was literally a boy.
A boy. Okay.
I was literally a boy.
Did that bother your mom?
That I was a boy?
Yeah.
No, but she used to say, I remember she used to say, you know, it's okay to hang out with girls sometimes.
Really?
And I was like, yeah, I know. I have girlfriends and they were close to me and I got along with girls. But I think the thing is that I couldn't, at a certain age, like 12, you start to not really relate for me to all of like the boy craziness because I wasn't experiencing that at all. I wanted to be playing sports. I wanted to be going to choir. I wanted to be going to gymnastics. I wanted to be hanging out with my dude friends and just like laughing. And
maybe we should have that stuff like now. Like I want to go to choir and gymnastics this week.
Of course, it would be so fun.
Let's make that happen.
Yeah, like
can
hobbies.
There be a
My mom can come here and drive us all in her minivan, in her stick shift minivan.
No, but think about it. There should be high school for grown-ups. Like
yeah, of course.
Why isn't that?
Yeah,
I'll pay.
extracurricular. And the thing is, the reason I wasn't a pick me girl is because I didn't want anyone to pick me. Like it wasn't like, ooh, be my. I was very uncomfortable if I knew that somebody liked me.
Let's face it, weight loss can feel overwhelming. That's why Hers is changing the game. By providing access to GLP-1 medications plus expert care, they make your goals more achievable. Hers is transforming women's healthcare by providing access to affordable weight loss treatment plans delivered straight to your door if prescribed. After submitting an online intake form, a licensed medical provider will determine what plan is best for you. If prescribed, your program includes medication, ongoing care, and online support, all at one low cost. So if you've been struggling with your weight loss journey, it's time you find the best option that works for you through Hers. Start your initial free online visit today at forhers.com/TrashTuesday. That's FORHERS.com/TrashTuesday for your personalized weight loss treatment options. forhers.com/TrashTuesday. Hers weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded. Actual price depends on product and plan purchased. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. In 2025, maybe you're ready for a plot twist, or maybe there's a part of your story you've been wanting to revise. Life isn't about resolutions that fade by February. It's about picking up the pen and becoming the author of your own life. Think of therapy as your editorial partner, helping you write new chapters and create the meaningful story you deserve to live. Therapy has been an indispensable part of my life, and I just don't know how I would get through my days without it. And if you've been thinking about giving therapy a try, go with BetterHelp. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. Access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties. Easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. Write your story with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/TrashTuesday today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TrashTuesday. If you've ever wanted to bet on sports but didn't know how to, I totally get it. My friends at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, are making it easier than ever. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and select a sport like NFL. Select an option like TD scorers, pick who you think will score, and place your bet. It's that easy. And to make it even easier, new DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code TRASH. That's code TRASH for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPENY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. 21 plus, age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
So we're back. We've had a lot of cuts.
You smell.
That's not what we're talking about right now.
I can't focus.
I need you guys to know that we're having a lot of technical issues, and we've lost the camera. We lost me for a second there.
For a personal emergency.
She was having technical issues.
I was having technical issues with my body, and then
Just
now,
sounds like you shit yourself.
Jules tried to leave.
Jules tried to leave,
But then they forced me to stay.
and now
She said, "Oh, it's up to you." Okay, bitch, then you staying.
we're down to one camera. So this is what congratulations. This is the shot.
This better be our highest viewed episode, or I'm going to be really upset with
I just have one thing to say. We can cut this, but can I put deodorant on you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you.
Don't cut it. Keep it.
I think you smell fine.
No, smell her.
Let me smell you.
Smell her fucking armpits and don't lie.
It's a clean shirt. I'll say that.
It's not bad, Jenna.
Jules?
You're being insane.
No, it's fine. Well, there's like a little bit.
Smell right here. Smell right here.
Let me smell where. It is still not bad.
That's the thing is that my smell isn't that bad, so that's why it's
It's not that your smell is bad. It's that I can smell
Just
you and it's
go.
distracting.
You're distracting me. Go.
Also, you bitches trying to act like you don't fucking smell it. Jules, I know you did. I saw your face.
Okay.
Well, what were you guys talking about without me? I was having FOMO. I was listening. I was
we
hearing
discovered
laughs.
that Jenna was a pick-me in high school, and she got really defensive about it.
It was not because I didn't even date. And they're like, oh, it's a problem.
No, because she goes, tell
All
Khalyla.
our friends are boys at the.
Oh yeah, you were a pick me.
I was a tomboy.
No, that's very pick me.
But I didn't want to be picked by anything.
No, can I tell you why? Because I was that. I always wanted to hang with the boys. I realized later, I was like, why?
But you were dating and you actually wanted dudes to look at you. I did not want to date and I didn't date and I didn't want anyone to like me.
No, I wanted to be
I was
cool
asexual. I didn't want to be cool.
No, you're right. Maybe yours is different than mine. I always felt like, oh, I was the girl that all of the guys would tell their secrets to. And
No, not me.
I remember like feeling like, oh yeah, I'm just the cool girl that they would invite, but they wouldn't invite their girlfriends. And I was like, now that I look back at it, ew.
But Jenna must understand that culturally, in this day and age, you cannot say all my friends were guys.
I didn't know that.
Well, exactly, because your head is in the sand.
You still think it's a red flag immediately at
Well, it's because I was literally a boy. Let's call any of my boyfriends.
But you are you honestly, you do deserve to have red flags all over you.
Okay.
But I will say this about you, Jenna. I think just because you had a lot of guy friends doesn't mean you had a lot of girlfriends. I really think you've always had girlfriends.
That's what she said.
So that doesn't actually count.
Well, she said it.
I know. And then I was like, oh, you're right.
Get your own mic.
Come on, get your own fucking deodorant.
You guys,
Pit Stop.
Pit Stop by Tia Jenna. Go get it.
By tiajenna.com.
By tiajenna.com.
Okay, so Khalyla,
Yeah.
I just realized that you didn't know something about Jenna.
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh, what is it?
Tell her.
Okay. So, wow. I know you know about Little Southern Boy, okay?
Okay.
But I don't think that you know. Do we need to preface? I almost died when I was younger in high school. I was in the hospital,
Not
couldn't
in
breathe
high
or walk
school.
on. I mean, in college, sorry.
College, yeah.
Couldn't breathe or walk on my own.
Right,
That's the
because you
scars
had the
from
abscess on your throat.
Fusobacterium necrophorum, almost died.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, you're fast forwarding too much over the good parts.
No, I have to let her know. She knows about that. So I don't
You have
think...
to let me know that I know about that. I already know about that.
No. I have to let the people know. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't know that you know that the reason I got it was because...
guy?
because the day before I got sick, even Stubbos went... I decided... So he had told me, okay, I'm going to be in Missouri for a couple of hours, St. Louis, instead of Georgia. And I said, oh, I'm going then. I'm going. And I drove at night at 10 p.m., 5 hours to St. Louis from college, spent the night with him, all we did was make out super hard, suck on a little titties, make out, just make out session, right?
I can't believe you remember which makeout sessions include titty suckings.
I do remember because it was the first time where I was like, nipples. Wow, nipple play can be very serious.
That's very triggering for Esther. You're anti-nipple play.
Yeah.
I'll fucking feed my titty to someone. Anyhow, do you like nipple play?
You know what? Don't even talk about my nipples right
I'm
now.
not talking about right
It's in
now.
a very precarious state.
Before now.
Go to our Patreon if you want to know more about my current nipple situation. It's bad, you guys.
Do you like nipple play?
A little bit.
Okay, Dan. Okay, Dan. Okay, Dan. Okay. We go there. We have a makeout session. Well, this is only the second guy that I'd ever kissed. So I remember it. And I drive back in order to get to my first class of the morning at 7:45 dynamics. Didn't sleep the whole night. I start feeling like I have a sore throat. He texts me before the sore throat started, he texts me, hey, are you sick? I think you got me sick. And I go, no, because I'm fine. Later on that night is when I start feeling like, ooh, I have a sore throat. And prior to this, I had really not been sick my whole life. It escalated so quickly so that I'm in the hospital for 2 weeks. They have me hooked up. I can't breathe, walk on my own. I'm having fevers above 106. I'm having seizures. It takes 4 days for them to figure out that I have an abscess in here. And in the, infectious disease doctor comes in and she goes, I need everyone out. I need to talk to Jenna on her own.
What?
Have you...
made out with a Southern boy?
A dead body?
She goes, have you made out with anyone? Have you shared food with, she goes, well, it couldn't be shared food because it's an anaerobic bacteria. So as soon as it touches the air, it's done with.
I love
She
how
goes,
Jules nodded because she's a bio major.
Yeah, bitch.
she's an anaerobic.
What was your unknown? Was it anaerobic, aerobic?
Anaerobic.
Gram positive, gram negative.
Gram positive.
That's right. Go
What's
ahead.
the unknown?
Microbiology class.
Microbiome.
MCB. So basically, we cannot say that this is exactly why. However, the doctor said the only way to get it is if there was like a makeout session where there was not much air for one moment and it got into my mouth and into my system and down into my throat.
Are you
And
kidding?
he got very sick. He said he had a sore throat. However, because he was in the army, they gave him penicillin. Now, it took them a while to realize what type of bacteria it was, so they couldn't give me antibiotics straight away. The only antibiotics that kills this bacteria is in the ampicillin, penicillin family.
Yeah.
So he was cured right away. Meanwhile, I literally almost died.
What's funny to me though is that amoxicillin is such a broad spectrum antibiotic. They usually prescribe that first. If you're having fevers over 106, there's some negligence.
No, they turned.
happening.
Oh, we wanted to sue. I mean, they turned me away. I mean, we couldn't keep the fevers down, and I kept saying, I can feel. You could see sticking out like a little bulbous thing sticking out here, and
Why
it just
wouldn't they
kept.
immediately just give you antibiotics? Whether or not they know the specificity of that bacteria, you figure that out later. Like you can give amoxicillin first, and then you culture something, and then you're like, okay.
Well, let me
actually,
tell
it's
you,
this.
it got so bad. I mean, we don't have to go all the way down that road because it's so bad. But basically, it's because I made out with this guy
and didn't breathe for.
and was just like sucking face. So take some breaths. Jules is like, oh no, I got to open my mouth.
How did he get it? Like, how did it come?
Where's the bacteria from? What is
I
it?
don't know. It's Fusobacterium necrophorum. So what it does is it kills you by killing off all of your cells.
Well, necro means
Death.
that it's like some type of tissue eating pathogen.
Oh my.
Where did this come from?
Yeah, where does it live?
The
Why do
doctor
we
said
know-
that some people could have it in their mouths, but it doesn't necessarily do them much harm. But he got sick. So it's like he got the bacteria from somewhere, which could even be like maybe he ate a chip and it went into his gums, which opened the blood up into his something. Okay. Anyhow, the thing that's so crazy is that my next door neighbors at the time were doctors, and they got a, what's it called? Not a peer review, but a,
clinical
like a
study?
newsletter, like a
study?
clinical something,
medical journal?
a medical journal that said like, there's this type of bacteria, and once you get it, you have a 95% death rate.
What?
And then well, I mean, Esther, there's the fact that I even lived is insane. I couldn't breathe on my own or walk on my own within 3 days. I was septic. I had sepsis.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't think. The inner eye, gelatinous part of my eye melted from the fevers. Like, no, it was absolutely crazy.
I didn't know this part. I didn't know it was
You
because
didn't know that it was because of him, though.
of severe makeout sesh.
Yeah.
Is that some kind of STD or no?
no?
Just a bacteria living in his mouth?
Yeah, it's just a bacteria. Mm-hmm.
I will say that I will never forget when I saw Jenna for the first time after she got out of the hospital, and it was like I felt like I was in like a indie movie because she was different. Like her brain was slow. I felt like she invited me into her room, and she's like, "Let's play this card game." And I felt like I'm sitting there playing with this little kid, but it's my friend. It's my friend. And she's like, okay. And she's like, the doctor said like, this game is good for my brain. And I'm like, okay, well, I am having a lot of fun.
Go fish.
Do you feel as though it's affected just generally like your like mood, like overall mood, like moving forward in life, or like your IQ, your
For
level
sure.
of
Yeah. I mean, for sure, like my memory, my IQ. Obviously I do things to try and combat it. Like I would play games. I still try and do like brain games, but I'm a completely different person before hospital and after hospital. And I had to take a year off of college, and I tried to go back, but I couldn't keep my head up on my own because I couldn't like hold it up. And I remember sitting there with Robert and Bob and Lisa, Robert and Anderson, Lisa,
The teachers.
and all of our professors. And I just said like, okay, so I'm going to come back in like 1 month. And they were like, we're not allowing you to come back. And I remember I was like, but I have to graduate with my kid. And they're like, no, you can't come back. You can't keep your head up. You're having trouble walking up the stairs. And I was just like, there's no way. And before this, I had never even had a cough before. I was just never sick. I didn't get sick as a kid. So I think it affected like my fear of getting sick. I have immense PTSD
Because the one time
from
you
it.
got sick, you almost died.
Yeah, I mean that explains actually a lot of your medical anxieties.
And I got sent home. It's like I got sent home 2 times from the doctors. Once the emergency room and one the doctors, saying my mom said, no, there's something wrong with her. She's really not okay. You guys cannot send her home.
Yeah, but if you're having fevers, like
I kept saying
Did
that.
you faint outside on your steps?
Before that, I kept saying my skin doesn't feel like my skin.
yeah, that's when you have like too high of a fever.
Wait, really? What do you
And I was
mean?
like, and I don't look like
when
me.
you have a fever, like well, number one, you're delirious, but like for me at least, like my skin is on fire. Like it hurts really bad. You just kind of feel like out of body. Your skin, there's always some weird skin shit.
Yeah. And my mom found me out like, oh, no. She came rushing home because when she left, I didn't even have a fever. I had just gone to the doctors. They had sent me home and I said, oh, can you go pick up my birth control, please? And I was like, they gave me the wrong one. Can you please go get it? She was gone like 15 minutes max. And when she left, I didn't have a fever and the doctors had said like, she's good. This is before the emergency room visit. I just remember waking up 3 different times and going, get the fuck up, wake the fuck up. And then I found myself like in the hallway saying it again. Then I had no clothes on and I found myself on the front porch. And this is in the winter in Chicago. And I remember opening up the door, calling 911 and going, I don't know. I don't know. And my mom walked in and she was like, okay, we got to go to the emergency room. Okay, let's go. You're fine. And she said that was making no sense. Yeah. And to me, I was like speaking. And anyway, I have to do EMDR because of it, because I have extreme medical trauma.
Yeah, that tracks. I feel as though like that big of an event, how can you not?
Yeah. And then it was just like years of my life. And they were like, you're having brain spasms. They're not dangerous, but you're going to be having them. And eventually like they'll die off.
Yeah.
What is a brain spasm?
Is that similar to like brain zaps when like from antidepressants?
Oh, like when you come off of them? I don't think so. Because brain zaps, I think you feel the pain, right?
Because
yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. It doesn't hurt.
For me, it's
just
like
more of like
all of a sudden
weird.
I would start to feel like, oh, I'm not here and nothing is real. Where am I? What
Like a
is
fugue
going
state.
on?
Yeah.
that's scary.
That is scary.
I know. It's still so unreal to me. Like I
know, it's so crazy.
think
It's
it
like,
happened after I left school. I don't think I was there.
yeah, and my heart rate, they couldn't get it above 33 for like 3 days.
That's
and so they
crazy.
didn't want to do surgery because they were like, she's going to die. And they're just saying all this in front of me. And my mom, Shiro, she was like, they wouldn't take the abscess out of me, but they're like the abscess. My mom was like, but the abscess is where the bacteria is that's leaking into her bloodstream. And they were like, it's too dangerous to operate. So she fired the ENT surgeon team and hired a different one who was like, I would absolutely get that out of her.
What?
And my mom was like, she just had to decide, like, am I going to go with this one doctor who says she's going to die if we do it? And she's like, no, it has to get out of her. You have to do the surgery.
I hate that doctors have different opinions. What the human error that you can come across in the medical field is the worst thing I've ever thought
Also,
about.
this should be like secret Patreon information.
Well, I think that it's probably very relatable for anyone that's had any kind of like medical trauma.
Fine.
And we can also take questions about it for the Patreon.
Yeah,
Did you have something even sadder to bring up?
Yeah, was there something even worse?
Gosh, I mean, I'm sure I have a ton.
We all know you do.
I wish my brain was like working better.
It's a crazy time.
It is.
I have one.
Oh, Jules,
Please
tell
share,
us, please
Jules.
do.
It's got to be really sad, Kay.
You know, the homophobic, the one that I dated in the Philippines, he raped me.
I did know this. Yeah. I did know this.
Jules.
Hang on. We should probably preface this by saying that
I love you. And you're cool for sharing that.
Yeah.
Because it's very common,
It is
unfortunately.
so, unfortunately, I don't have one friend who hasn't been raped, and that is sad.
it was really hard for me to hear this because she kept this. Obviously it's like such a traumatic thing. Like I didn't find out about this until 2 years ago. And this was a boy, like your first boyfriend ever, right?
Yeah.
And so you lose your, I don't know, say lose your virginity, but like when you talk about it, you're like, who did you first have sex with? And I'm like, you don't necessarily, I don't have a really bad attachment to that story. I'm just like, oh, it was with this boy and I wasn't ready, but he certainly didn't force himself on me, and
Yeah.
that's pretty fucking dark, Jules. You win. Congratulations. Let me shake your hand.
You got the official Trash Tuesday golden handshake this week.
Wow, you win, bitch. You win.
Yeah.
I love that
I have one.
the way she revealed it is so Jules-like.
Did you know that it was the R word when it happened?
Oh yeah, because I was like, I was like crying, like screaming, like I don't want to do this. And he was like,
and what did he do when you broke up with him?
he blackmailed me and he was like going to my house, and like my mom and dad didn't know anything about him, but he was like scaring me, like if you break up with me, I'm gonna tell all your parents, I'm gonna do it. And then he leaked my nudes like all over Twitter, and then all my
Are you kidding me?
and my high school, like everyone saw
No.
everything. Yeah.
Jules.
And at that age, you're just like,
That's the worst age for
the
anything.
worst.
Because it's like if that happens to you when you're older, you're like, yeah, bitch, I own me. I am me. But when you're that, yeah,
At least you have a chance at that.
Right.
But not.
But when you're the bottle, yes, that's okay. Sorry, they were asking the mother.
my mom, the nanny.
Your mom, the nanny, was asking the real mother about what your daughter needs.
Let's get back to the rape, guys.
So back to the
grape.
back to the R.
To the
Back
grape.
to the grape. To the
Back
grape.
to the grape.
The grape soda.
So Jules, wow, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, and I'm not shocked, and that sucks.
Yeah. And like no one knew about it until I told Auntie Khalyla about it 2 years ago.
Really?
Even, I couldn't tell my mom and dad because I was like so scared because they were so strict. Like,
I got a hint of something because how old were you? 15, right?
15.
At this time. And she was going through this breakup with this boy. And the boy was coming over to the house to try to to talk to her, and she wouldn't get out of the house. This was in the Philippines. And her mom called me and she's like, Jules is being really cruel to this boy. He's crying outside our home. And immediately I was like, it like lit something up in me. And I'm like, no girl just does that. And I was like, if she doesn't want to speak to him, she doesn't want to speak to him. It's over. Don't force her to speak to him.
Good for you.
And then her mom was like, no, but I feel so bad for this kid. I'm like, no, do not. No is no is no. And do you remember that, Jules?
Yeah, that's why I was like okay to tell you about this instead of like mama. Yeah, because it was a lot.
When I found out, did I want to go scorched earth?
Oh my
I wanted
goodness,
to
when
go
are we
scorched
going?
earth.
And
then this kid, did he ever like acknowledge or apologize?
No, never. I don't know. He just forgot about it. Yeah, he didn't.
oh, must be
Of
nice to be a
course.
boy.
Yeah.
How did it feel when you finally did tell Khalyla about it? Did you feel like a sense of relief or like understanding?
I think a sense of relief because it was like my secret, like big secret that I wanted to
It
tell
was
someone.
probably controlling your life.
Yeah, like I was just so ashamed of myself, and like the nudes and everything was just so bad.
Isn't it
Let
so
me tell you,
crazy how
Jules.
shame is like this thing that's taught to women?
Let me tell you, before the age of the internet or cell phones, I used Polaroid cameras, and that Polaroid camera was so far up my coochie. That's the kind of nudes I was taking in high school. So no, don't be ashamed. We all did it.
Yeah, but also there's nothing wrong with it.
There's
That's what's
nothing wrong
crazy.
with
Well,
is
it
that,
is
like,
actually illegal. It's child porn. So there is something wrong with
I mean,
it.
sure,
there's
if we unearth it
nothing
now.
wrong to take nude photos of yourself.
It's illegal.
To take nude photos of yourself?
If you're under 18, that's illegal.
Okay, but there's nothing wrong
distribute
with it. You can take nude photos of yourself.
It's your body, right?
You're
But
not-
then if it gets found in your home, you'll go to jail.
Not if it's of yourself. If it's of other kids.
I don't know.
Are you fucking crazy?
You are. I know
Oh
you
my
are.
God.
Jules, this is real. I'm like still sweating over this shit.
Yeah, and I think that's why I don't like.
Physical touch, of course.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. I don't
Yes.
want to say this, but I did always think that.
Yeah.
I did always think that was the reason.
I remember I kept asking you. I was so scared for her to go through any of the diddling that I went through, that all the time I always asked you, like, is anything weird? Is anyone in your life acting weird around you? Is anyone doing this? Or I was so paranoid.
Yeah.
And so when I heard about that, I just felt like, fuck, it's so hard to prevent.
It really
Yeah.
is.
It's like-
It really is hard to prevent.
I thought I was being
you can
so-
do
yeah.
everything and it's horrible, and unfortunately you're not alone, and you know, I think a lot of women watching will be like, yeah, same. And that's
Yep.
part of the theme of this show, really, is like the trauma that we've all had to endure, and the fact that we will all move forward in a fun, happy way, honestly. Like,
and not be branded by shame
Yeah.
that shouldn't be shameful.
Yeah, there's
It
absolutely
is your life.
nothing
It is your
shameful about
body. Like,
discovering your sexuality, being intimate with someone you think you trust.
yeah, and nothing
no shame about
shameful about someone else sucking and not knowing how to come correct.
that. The shame is all on him. Jules.
Yes, I mean exactly. He should be so ashamed.
I was like, give me his parents.
But men are
information.
taught, boys are taught not to be shameful, and women are taught to be ashamed of things that have nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
it's so hard though when you feel shame about something. It's like it feels so real, and it's impossible to escape. Like, I have felt that, and it's like the weight of that is very hard, and it's really easy to be like, don't feel shame about it, but
Yeah.
it is really hard to
I mean, the way you feel
Work
is the
through
way you
that.
feel. It doesn't
Yeah.
really matter if someone says you shouldn't feel that way. I think the most important part is like, do you now see that like not keeping it a secret and talking to people about it at least lifts the shame a little bit? And imagine years from now, like, I mean, I don't know how you're going to feel years from now, but I imagine and I hope that the more you grow and the more you experience yourself and the more you are in community with other dope ass women, you unfortunately see that it's common and that
how do you feel about it, like, right now? Do you feel more healed, or is it still
I think I feel more healed in a way where like I'm not ashamed about it anymore, and like I feel like I'm more confident with myself, and like I don't care about it, but it's just like I don't like touch anymore.
Yeah, it lives in
Yeah.
our body, but that's trauma, right?
Yeah.
The trauma, it's like
course.
you can intellectualize it all you want and be like, I'm not ashamed, I'm not this. But if you haven't worked on your actual body recovering from the physical trauma of it all, it stays stuck in you. So that's
yeah.
why you have to work through it either somatically, whether you do somatic therapy, whether you do talk
EMDR,
therapy,
whatever.
EMDR, it's gotta get out of you.
right, because it's stuck in all of the neurons of your body because it's protecting you. So it's not like, oh, fuck my body, I wish it weren't doing this. Your body is just doing its job and looking out for you. So any little thing that triggers it, that touches it, that like stimulates anything that is linked to that, which unfortunately it's your whole physical body, it's going to go, oh, we're in danger. No. Don't come here. Like, I know this is not the same in any way, shape, or form, but because we were just talking about the hospital stuff, we were driving here and my back felt warm on her seat.
Oh, yeah.
This is like 5 days ago. And I start panicking. I go,
She's
I
like,
don't.
my back feels warm. I'm like, okay, it's hot out and you're driving.
But I'm thinking
but my
fever.
back feels warm. I'm like,
And she has material seats and the seat was hot. And I start going, I mean, my full body goes into a panic. I start thinking, a fever. I'm getting a fever. Maybe there's some bacteria that's in my body.
That's what you were thinking?
Yeah, because I'm like, I'm not okay. I almost wanted to stop and get a thermometer. I start sweating even more because of that. Now, I have worked on it enough so that within 45 minutes, I was able to go, okay, you're okay. Body, I say, Khalyla taught me this, like, body, thank you for helping me. I don't need your help right now, when I like started having panic attacks. Yeah. But I guess my point to that was it really lives in your body. And instead of being angry at your body for looking out for you, it's like, okay, thank you. I don't need you to do that right now, but thanks. I know you're just protecting me.
I'm angry at my body.
Bitch, bye.
What are you angry about?
I don't know. We'll save that for the Patreon.
Patreon is juicy, her body. Guys.
The Patreon is building up stories. I feel like, is that about it for today?
Wait, we're going to end on a grape? Let's not. We're not going to end on that.
Jules.
All right,
let me touch your hair. Sorry for touching you so much, Jules.
No, it's fine. Not
to out grape you, but
I knew she had it in her.
Not to out-grape you, but Patreon.
No, when I was your age.
So bad.
No, I think I've already talked about it. It's really not as bad. But I met up with a boy. I met on like a phone line, like a party line. And he was way older. I think he must have been like inching towards 30, but somehow he still lived somewhere close to like the Northridge dorms.
Wait, so how old were you?
I was 16.
Okay.
And he took me to we had dinner at, what the fuck is that place? The last one is left standing in Burbank. It's like a steak place where they have filet mignon.
Not Morton's.
Not Morton's. It starts with a C, I think. No, not Ruth. Anyways. I'll never go back to that place. I'm glad it's all shut down because I can't even like look at it. But it used to be the place. We went on a date there and I thought, I was like, oh, he's like lovely. His name was Brian. That's why I hate Brian's. I hate all
not
Brian's.
Lovely.
And we went back to his place. We went in the jacuzzi. I remember him being very hairy and me thinking, when you're 16, you don't like hairy dudes.
Not yet.
You learn you grow into hairy dudes.
Yeah. You start to feel the hair on their bodies.
Yeah, that's more like mid-20s. You start to.
Right.
Yeah.
But the context of all of this is that if you're not familiar with LA, like I live in Pasadena. I live in Altadena.
Are you talking about Culver's?
You don't live there anymore.
I don't live there anymore, but in high school I did.
Hold on. You're homeless.
Thanks, guys, you bastards. Well, I'm not homeless. I'm just displaced. Let's be clear. I have no home to go home to, but my home is still standing. FEMA and the National Guard isn't allowing anyone currently to go back. So
Patreon.
Oh yes, Patreon. Patreon's all there.
You have no roof.
Right. So I was living in Altadena. This guy, we had a place in Northridge. Too far. I didn't have a car or anything. We went back to his room, started making out. I was like, okay, I'm ready to go home. He basically held me down, said, you don't have a ride home. And I don't remember the full scale of it now, but I remember submitting to the experience because I was so afraid of this big guy. Yeah. He was very harsh, very violent. Harry in bed. Harry. And he said he wouldn't give me a ride home until.
Well, we all know, like literally from research on this subject, that it is safer for you to just go along with it than to fight and try to leave.
Is that like a fawn response?
I think so. I don't know. I just know that like that's the more common thing is that's the safe. Your body is choosing that to be safe.
Right.
Yeah.
To just
and
go
then
with
people will say like,
they went along with it.
She said, fine. Like, no, absolutely
not. She could have just walked out the door.
Yeah. Could she have?
It's so weird how like, now that I look back, I used to beat myself up. I'm like, you could have just like been like, fuck you, get out. Yeah. Somebody help me. But you're already working around so much shame for even being there in the first place. Mm-hmm. So you're just like, I just need to get out of this situation. What's the fastest, easiest path of least resistance? Yes. But it wasn't even the path of least resistance because, but yeah, it's so weird. Sorry I had to out-grape you there, Jules. But yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Well, if we're going to out-grape people, I already said mine for the day.
She's like, my back was warm yesterday.
You know what I love about this episode? I don't know if you guys are picking this up, but I love Ace
The whole time.
just making all the noise in the back.
So
and my mom
cute.
being like, just trying to get her to.
Your mom is such a good babysitter.
Also,
I'm so
your mom
lucky.
has popped in like every 3 minutes there or there and just.
I do think we have to wrap it up because Ace needs to take a nap.
I would like
Yeah.
to say one thing.
Okay.
You don't smell anymore, and it's because my deodorant worked.
By
Within like 3 minutes.
tiajenna.com.
I was able to focus and be here and be next to you.
Oh, aren't I such a good little subject and muse for your company? I'm your dream come true.
You guys,
God,
thank
I
you so
love
much
it.
for tuning in. I know this was a bit of a hectic
roller
chaos.
coaster.
Yeah, and thank you to our crew for driving to the
Yeah.
middle of the desert to film this.
Seriously.
I do want to ask you guys that if you can, I have a GoFundMe link on my bio. All proceeds go directly to helping my neighbors. I know that everyone is doing a great job with like donations and things and physical things that people need, but I think that getting money in the hands of these people is
Yeah.
the best way to help right now. So if you can do that, I would so appreciate it. My neighborhood has gone down in flames, so has my sisters, and we really want to help our neighbors out. So go to that link, and we love you. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
And go to our Patreon.
Yeah, we have, if you haven't watched it yet, there is a whole hour-long episode on our Patreon going into details as to what's been going on with us.
Behind the scenes
and
stuff.
yes, and all those proceeds will go to the Altadena fire relief. And we're using this as an opportunity to kick off this Patreon, and we have so much more that we've been discussing that we want to share. We haven't really figured out, what's the best way to explain what the Patreon is, but we're here to tell you there is going to be bonus content. There's going to be Q&As. You can submit questions that we will definitely answer, and we will go over topics that we have never covered on this show because we're looking for sort of a safe space to share more personal things. And we ask too that if you do sign up for the Patreon, maybe don't share publicly the things that you hear. It's sort of just supposed to be a safe space for the slugs only, and for those of you who are the real fans that want to tune in. But this show will be here and be the same, and we love you. And as always, we'll see you next week with a brand new episode.